Hello, welcome. I am live. I'm just here, back from Washington, and well, probably have to wait till
want to be the one to take
people to join if they want to. Let's see. Yellow, hi, yeah. I just got back from Washington D.C. and pretty hectic stuff. I would say. Hopefully, those people that are trying to push this notion that everyone's a domestic terrorist, everyone is there is a domestic terrorist. It's funny because everyone that I was with, oh my god, hold up, sorry about that. My thing got cut off. Sorry about that. My computer just randomly did something. All right, so Washington D.C. Everyone, all the some of the big tech corporations and mainstream media, they're trying to paint this narrative that everyone that went down there to Washington D.C. was somehow incited by President Trump to go promote violence in the U.S. Capitol. However, that's not the case. President Trump never said to storm the Capitol. He never said to do any forms of violence, and I was there, so I did post up a video of the ground footage. So you want to see what happened on the ground, you can see for yourself. And yeah, it got pretty hectic at the U.S. Capitol in front of it. I mean, unfortunately, I got there late. I was driving from the great state of Texas, and I got there late, so I wasn't able to see the beginning or maybe even try to stop the first barricade from being breached. I wasn't there to do anything like that. I got there late, unfortunately, but I'm not too sure. I think I'm very suspicious of the individuals who started the first breach when the police officers that were there. Also, even if there was any actual individuals that voted for President Trump that actually did breach the U.S. Capitol, I'm sorry to say this, but you kind of put yourself in a bad predicament. You shouldn't have stormed the U.S. Capitol or pushed any cops or police or law enforcement out of the way. With that said, there have been some videos that there were police officers actually encouraging the breach or the siege, as you can say. So everyone that actually breached the U.S. Capitol, I would say to you that not a good plan, not a good plan at all. The purpose of going to Washington D.C. and being invited by our president to support him was to show the world that America stands for freedom and it stands for free and fair elections. All we had to do is stand behind the first barricade where the police officers were defending. All we had to do is just stand there and peacefully protest. Our voices would have been heard by the politicians in the U.S. Congress. Even President Trump said he would join the march. However, he didn't because, as you can see, it escalated quite quickly. Not good either. Not too sure if this was a staged event by any Black Lives Matter or Antifa infiltrators. Not too sure yet. We have to do more investigations on that, and we will get to the bottom of that hopefully. But as of right now, the truth was coming out during the electoral certification process and at the U.S. Capitol between the two joint sessions of Congress. The truth was coming out. The first day was Arizona. Our great Senator Ted Cruz He actually objected with another lawmaker in the House, and we forced a debate on the floor. That was a good thing because it allowed for the American people to see the truth, and everyone was seeing it on live television, and it would have been broadcasted throughout the entire world to see. However, this event happened, and it caused, unfortunately, it caused the politicians in there to prove to us that they don't have a backbone, and two, they used it as an excuse to dismiss the evidence that was brought to the floor. They used it as an excuse to object against the allegations of voter fraud. They used it to object to that, and they also used that very same notion to say that they don't side with. Apparently, they don't side with violence. I mean, which is true. They really know how to word their words really right on this one, because they word it in a way where like they don't approve of violence, which is true. They could gain support from normies that way, but if you really see the big picture, they shouldn't have been intimidated by any violence. They should have stood strong for the U.S. Constitution. And there's clearly some constitutional violations in some states that had changed their election procedures by means from their executive branch in the state, while ignoring the legislative branch. The legislative branch is the branch that is the one that is able to decide how election procedures are done, and overruling the legislative branch is therefore unconstitutional, and it shouldn't. Those electors from each of those states that did that shouldn't have been counted. And it's unfortunate that none of this came to the light. Yeah. But yeah, it was quite the experience. At the end of the day, I got home safely, and that's all that mattered. And hopefully that we can all come together in unity. I have since been notified that the president of the United States has been banned from Twitter and Facebook and other networks. That's not a good thing either, because it goes to show that if they can ban the president of the United States, they can ban anyone that they disagree with. And if they have a monolithic point of view that's being pushed to the general public, and there's no opposition to that perspective, then there is no room for debate or argument if the idea is something that's going to destroy the country. And that's not good for the country if the entire country has a monolithic viewpoint, because if you have one narrative being pushed throughout the entire country, that certain individuals are racist and bigots, then it's not good for the nation as a whole. That seeds division, and if the division and tensions rise, it's not good for the country, because that's how Rome fell. Rome was a great nation, but unfortunately, it fell from within. If America isn't careful, it will fall from within. America's too strong to be bullied by any other nation, but falling from within, that's definitely possible if we're not careful. So yeah, I mean, I really do enjoy these live streams. I only probably did like 2. I usually play like Black Ops or something, or some video games, which I do enjoy. Those are really fun. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I am just talking to myself. It's okay. It's fine. I don't expect to have like a million people watching me, and if there was a million people, then that's good too, right? I guess I'm talking to a million people, or one person. I love that one person. Thank you. But I really don't have a huge following, so one person's fine with me. But yeah, things are about to happen, and we all have to just remain strong and keep going forward. That's all we gotta do. Just look forward to the future. Unfortunately, these people got their way. It's unfortunate. It's sad. but we're gonna prevail. We're gonna prevail. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep our head up and stay positive. And that's all I want you guys to do. Stay positive, stay strong, and God bless you, and God bless America. Okay.